Welcome children in practical class. Today we will discuss third question of your manual, which is given as class name employee. First of all, we start the BlueJ. So we go to start button, click on it, and here is the BlueJ. So click on BlueJ. Okay, it's a version 4.1.2. okay, after this, after creating project, after opening BlueJ, click on project to create new project. I'm writing here, name is class 11. Okay, now click on OK. After this, your new project class 11 name project is created. Now click on new class. Okay, here you give your class name. So I am given the name EMP for employee. Okay, after this click on OK. So EMP folder is created. Now right click on this folder and click on open editor. When you open editor, here is a sample program is already given. So we doesn't need this program. We select it and delete. Okay, after deleting this program, we have to write our own program. Here is given the class name is employee. First of all, which package you want to use. If you want to use buffer reader package, means IO package, then you have to import IO package. If you are using the scanner class, then you have to import the util package. So I'm using I'm doing this program by using scanner class. So first of all, write import java dot util dot asterisk. Then terminator. Okay, after importing the package, create the class. Class name is given in question employee. After creating class, curly braces means block of the class started here. After this, we have to define the instance variable or data members which are given in your program, that is EMP name. It's a string type variable to store the name of employee. So we decide here data type is a string type. A string, and variable name is EMP NAME. EMP name means employee name. After this, next data type is a integer type, int employee code. It is used to store the employee code. So we change the data type, it's a int. Then name of variable is EMP CODE, EMP code, employee code. Next variable is double basic pay, to store the basic pay of the employee. Okay, so again we change the data type, so we terminate by semicolon and data type is double, take a space, basic pay. Okay, these are the data members, or you can say instance variables, which are given in your question. Okay, after this, creating the data members, after this, member function. In your member function, first function is given default constructor. Default constructor name as employee. You know, constructor having same name as that of class name. So here is class name is employee, and here constructor name also employee. Okay, it's a default constructor, so no need to write anything within the parameter. After this, start the block of constructor. In employee constructor means default constructor to initialize all data members or instance variables to null. Okay, and numeric integer value is equal to 0. Okay, so our emp name means employee name. It's a string type, so we define as null. Okay, then next variable is emp code. Okay, we define as 0. Why 0? Because it's an integer type. Basic salary, basic pay. Basic pay is equals to 0.0. It's a double type. Okay, after defining it, next function is employee. It's a parameterized constructor to assign name, employee code and basic salary to data members. Okay, so here you close the default constructor. After closing the default constructor, we write here next constructor employee, which is the parameterized constructor. Okay, parameterized constructor. Within this constructor, you pass the parameter, that is a string given variable is n, then comma, int given variable is p, then comma, double variable is q. Okay, these variables are given in parameterized constructor. After creating parameterized constructor, then we have to initialize the instance variable with these variables which are given in parameter. Okay, so instance variable, first instance variable is emp name. Okay, emp name is equals to string n, means n value we store in employee name. We initialize n value to employee name. Next is the employee code, means emp code is equals to p. P value initialize the emp code. Okay, after this basic pay is equals to q variable. Okay, so here we close the employee, means parameterized constructor. Okay, next function is double salary cal. Okay, it's a double type, means return is the return type, double salary cal. It's a next function. In this function, we have to compute and return the total salary of the employee. Okay, after this, how we calculate the salary? The salary is calculated according to the following rules. Salary is equals to basic pay plus HRA plus DA. These things are given in the question. Okay, so we have to compute salary here. Salary is basic pay plus HRA plus DA, and HRA is 30% of basic and DA is 40% of basic. So here we define some more variables to store HRA, salary and DA. So we take it's a data type double HRA, double type E, DA, and double type is sal. Sal means salary. Okay. We are taking these three variables. After taking these three variables, after taking these variables, now we calculate the salary. Here is given if condition, if employee code for employee is less than equals to 15, a special allowance will be added if salary is less than equals to 15,000. Okay, the special allowance will be 20% of the salary. Of the salary means basic plus HRA plus DA, and the maximum amount for special allowance will be 2,500. Okay, and if the employee code is greater than 15, then the special allowance will be rupees 1,000. It's a given the condition. Okay, so according to the condition, first of all we find the HRA and DA and salary. So HRA is equals to basic pay, 30% of basic pay. So basic pay instance variable is basic pay. Basic pay into 30%. So we can write 0.3% or we can write 30 upon 100. Okay, 30 upon 100. So 30%. So we write here 30 upon 100. Okay, after this semicolon. Next is the DA. DA is equals to basic pay into, it's a 40%. So 40 upon 100. Semicolon. Next is the salary. Salary means sal variable is equals to basic pay plus HRA plus DA. So we get the salary of the employee. After this formula, we get the salary of the employee. After finding the salary, we have to put the condition. Condition is, so condition we start if employee code we store in which variable? EMPCOD. Employee code is less than equal to 15. First condition is this, less than equals to 15, and means second condition, salary is equals to salary is less than 15,000. Salary we get in sal variable. Here we start the parentheses, sal is less than equals to 15,000. Okay. After 15,000, close this condition. Then if this condition is true, then special allowance double SP. SP means special allowance. Special allowance will be 20% of salary. 20% of salary. Sal into 20 divided by 100. Okay. 20% of salary. After this, next condition is if SP allowance is greater than 2500. If SP is greater than 2500, then if this condition is true, SP is SP is equals to 2500, means special allowance not more than 2500. Okay, then semicolon. Next is the next condition. You start the block of if here. Next condition is if this condition is not true, then else part. Else SP is equals to 1000. If this condition is false, means your employee salary is less than 15,000, so it gets the special allowance 1000. Okay. Now we want to get the total salary. So take one more variable, double type, double gross. Gross sal. Gross sal means gross salary. Okay. So gross salary is equals to salary plus special allowance SP. Okay. After this, we have to return the gross salary. Return, because it's a double type, so we use return type. Return gross salary. Okay. After returning the value, semicolon, and close the method. Clear? After this, it's a do not need to create the main method. In this question, doesn't need to create the main method. So now we execute our program and see any error is there or not. Click on compile. Wait a minute. First of all, close the, at the last, close the class also. Now click on compile button. Here is a error. Click on Ctrl K, CTRL and K to find the error. Cannot find SP variable. Okay, SP variable I thought we declare inside the if block, so it cannot recognize that variable. So we SP, we declare this variable after the function. Okay, here we declare within the if block, so it cannot be recognized because if block is closed here. we remove from this side data type only. Okay, after this again compile, click on compile button. Here is no syntax error, means our program is correct. Now close your window, close your source code and right click here on employee, it's your class name. Select new employee. Okay, here in first box you have to give the string type value. In second box you have to give the integer type value, means employee code, and third is the salary of employee. So here it's a string type, so you put the value within double quote. Here we write name XYZ. Okay, next is the employee code 142. Suppose it's the employee code. Salary should be 15,000. Now click on OK. Here is the object box. It's an object created. Okay, now right click on this object and click on double salary to calculate this function. After calculating, see, our salary is 15,000, so special allowance is 1,000. So adding 1,000, net salary is, means gross salary is 16,000. Okay, it's your program of your lab manual is a third program. Clear?